Hello, welcome back to another Cheapest Keepers video. I almost left out an important books as far as Fantastic Four. I went through my Fantastic Four and I thought I got everything, and good thing I checked the drawers once more time, because there's one book, not a big key of any sort, but for those that remember this book, I have shown this book in at least 2 videos in the previous many years on my channel. The reason why I'm keeping this book is in my keeper's pile, for those that can remember. It's my one and only double covers that I purchased off the rack myself in 1982. Yes, I bought this in person. I remember vividly the moment I picked this off the rack, and I was like, what? 2 covers? What the heck? And for those that didn't hear the story, I was in a store with 2 of my friends from school. We walked home from school and then we went to the shop. We do this almost daily. And so I showed them, and they had never seen a double cover either. So they went through the entire rack, and both of them found another copy of double cover. So we went through everything. So when double covers happen, they tend to happen in bunches, okay? Because if you saw my other video, I once have a video, well, I still have it, it's on the channel somewhere, you had to find it, but I had 4 copies of Tomb of Dracula 2 with double covers from the same dealer that got them off the rack. So they do happen in bunches. All right, so that's one. And for sure, that cover all the Fantastic Four, no more, okay? And always a fan of Ghost Rider, so I do have a copy, a nice one. This one is a 9.2. Yeah. Maybe I should have taken it out the bag, but that's okay. I'm too lazy to stop the video now, but yeah. Beautiful. This might be the highest grade copy. I have owned 5 copies of this book, and this is definitely the nicest one. There's 19 books in this video, so the number is quickly shrinking closer to halfway point. Yeah. The only Ghost I kept in my collection, issue 1. Killer hard to find in high grade. Killer hard, okay? This one is about a 9.2. Yeah. Beautiful book. Nick Cardy cover. I do have 8.5-ish under copy that I will put up for sales. Okay, so with the G, what's left? Of course, Green Lantern. No other Ghost Rider made it to the cut, okay? It was not easy. Not easy at all to cull through my Silver Age Green Lantern that had great Gil Kane covers, but I was able to narrow down to 3. That's gonna make it to the keeper's pile. Okay, this one. I could be wrong, but I believe this is Gil Kane first cover where he, drew the reclined, falling back kind of posture that he famously used many times over again in the next decade. Love this cover. Great color scheme. Beautiful book. This one is probably 8.0. Does it matter? No. A mid-grade. Okay, this book, nothing fancy, nothing high grade here. Issue 59. Okay, and then of course I love the color here. Look at that backside, sexy what color is this? Turquoise, maroon. I'm horrible with color name, but the color scheme, purple-ish. Love it. It's just a beautiful cover. Yeah. So that's the 3 Gil Kane that make it, and then of course Green Lantern. You know, Neil Adams, right? This is the lowest grade Green Lantern 76 that I have in my collection. I have owned 5 other copies, but this one has some sentimental reason to stay in the keeper's pile, and the rest can go. I love this book, but it's not a book that I care to have the highest grade to keep. I have a 9.2 slabs that I sold 3 years ago. This one is I would say maybe a 4.0 at best. The centerfold is detached, okay? But it came from what I call the new Scotland Avenue collection. Quick story for those that are not familiar with that. When I lived in Albany, New York, and start to collect, yes, in 1981, I lived on New Scotland Avenue, okay? And many years later, I stumbled across a seller. This is when I was living, no longer, many decades later. I stumbled across a seller that sold books, and I was buying a bunch of books, and then later I found out that the seller used to live in New Scotland Avenue, just a few blocks away. Yeah, a few years older than me. So he was buying these books off the rack, and from that same collector, that's where I bought my Hulk 180 and 181. Yes. So there's a story behind this book. Great collection. I bought a ton of high grade DC war books, DC horror books, DC Western. He was a big DC collector. But yet, his Hulk 180 and 181 was near mint. He didn't care. He didn't care about those. Lucky me. Okay, so always love this cover, right? 77. My favorite of this run. Okay, that purple. Killer. And then 78. I gotta make sure things doesn't fall off here. 78. 79. 80. Second favorite. I would say issue 76 is number 3 on my list. Next issue. Yeah. These are all near mint-ish, okay? This one, I love this one because it has a white cover, and you know me, whenever there's a white cover, white background, and it's not yellow or tan, yeah. Here's 83. Beautiful book, 83. 84. 85. This is not the highest grade. I have like a 9.4 that I slap and sold. So yeah, classic story, right? 86. And last of the Green Lantern is this issue, 87. Another beautiful white page, not tan and yellow, so I love it. So let me count. I think I miscounted. In my head, I thought it was 19, but now that I'm going through it, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 less spot in my keeper's pile. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.